Good morning, everybody. So this video that I'm about to show you is the Dream Avatar video. I made this video for my course for my private community, I think probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and actually really helped them out. So I just wanted to get you into this, check it out. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the link in the description so you can get access to the full course today. Welcome to the Dream Avatar video. This is a new addition to the course. I'm so excited to show this to you. I've seen plenty of people struggle so hard to figure out who their dream avatar is. And the problem is most companies, including myself, I've done this before, will put our product in front of people and say, hey, buy our thing. And the problem is, if you're showing it to everybody, you're selling it to nobody, because nobody wants to buy your thing except for a particular group of people. And if you can point those people out, if you can point out their pain points, their struggles, their problems, if you can figure out who these people are and why they buy, then you will sell way more and make a whole lot more money. We're gonna start with the basics, and then we're gonna go into Sabri Subi, Sell Like Crazy. This is his book. It's free on his website. I'm not affiliated. It's free. I wouldn't get paid anyway. Let's get an age range. The example I'm going to be using in this video is car detailing. We're going to be selling ceramic coats. So how old are these people? Well, first of all, how much does your product cost? Ceramic coats go anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, and most people sell anywhere around $1,200 to $1,600 per ceramic coat. We've already marked out a group of people, because I'll tell you this right now, college students do not have the money to afford ceramic coats most of the time. And again, the more specific you can get, the more likely you are to close the sale. Let's cut out the college group, right? Let's say 25 plus. The second question is, what kind of person would buy your thing, right? And that's very generic, that's very broad, but like, who's gonna buy your product? So the who, right? Who is buying? The first part of this is talking about who's buying. The back half is figuring out what these people need, what they do, how they act, what are their frustrations, and we'll dive really, really deep into that. Car enthusiast, seriously. I've used this in ad copy. This works. Car enthusiast or bourgeoisie. I love that word. And if you're unfamiliar, it's kind of like the long elongated version of bougie, right? But basically, bourgeoisie is like the upper middle class people, working class, more worried about their status, right? So these are people that are actually concerned about what other people think, and they want their car to look nice all the time, right? Because there are people out there, right, who don't necessarily care what their car looks like, or they don't really care about these little things. You want to sell to someone who makes a lot of money, because this is an expensive product. This is a high ticket service. Which, by the way, high ticket is anything over $1,000. And if you're doing that, you need to sell to people who make that money, who can afford that, who have disposable income. So now we've kind of figured out who and how old they are. So now we're going to go into some of these dream buyer questions. The first question, where do they like to hang out? When we're talking about hanging out, remember, we're not selling in person here specifically. Now, you can think about different places in your town where you think some of these people would hang out, maybe some higher end bars or restaurants. But if we're going to be selling online, which that's where most of the times you're going to make a sale, is this is very, very important. Again, in your local town, it's very easy to pick up clients. I'll just say this, like, I pick up a lot of my clients from the gym. I just see them there. Business owners, they tend to be very disciplined. They go to the gym. I meet them there. We work together. But in your situation, it might be different. Maybe it's bars. Maybe it's, specific little hangout spots. But the gym is always great. You're going to find great people at the gym all the time. We're talking about online here. Most of the times, these people are hanging out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And I just want to put this out there. If you're not making organic content, you need to. The best day to start posting content is the day you were born. So if you haven't done it on the day you were born and you're not doing it now, you need to do it now, right now, after this video. You need to post something, literally, and get better over time. Over time, you'll get better. If you look at the rest of my course, when I first made this course, it was like when I first started making content. And now, like, maybe you can see that this video looks a little bit better. Get started today when it comes to posting ASAP, because that's just how you're going to get people in the door. This is where they're going to be hanging out at, right? That's the first question you need to ask. The next question is, where do they get information? So how do these people get their information? Well, first of all, Google is a great spot for information. And another one is YouTube, right? So like, if you're a car detailer, if you make YouTube videos on why you need to get a ceramic coat or why ceramic coating is so good, people aren't usually watching that in their free time. But then again, it changes, because again, we're talking to car enthusiasts. Car enthusiasts might watch YouTube channel about car stuff. And that is how you get these people to buy, with YouTube. And they're hanging out there, right? So it can change depending on the person. But this is a good little group. This is a good attribute, some adjectives for these people. What are their frustrations? Let's talk specifically about the problem that they're trying to solve, that you would be solving, right? What kind of frustrations can you fix with your service? And that is dirty car. And again, I'm going to write like maybe 3 examples. You need to put a lot of time into this. A really, really good way of doing this is going on Reddit. And I know this is crazy, but Amazon reviews. That is wicked. Go on Reddit, look up car enthusiasts, and look up what are their frustrations. And there'll be some dude ranting about what his problems are on Reddit. And guess what? You can find them all over the place. There's other forum sites where you can go check things out. You can go see what your competitors' reviews say. Literally just go look at your competitors' reviews. And that's kind of what Amazon's for. So you can look up maybe like ceramic coating products, or you can look up like any car wash products, literally any car product, and you'll see 1-star reviews, and there'll be someone complaining because XYZ was wrong. This ceramic coating sucks. I wish I had a different ceramic coating. And then you can figure out why they didn't like that specific ceramic coat. And then thank you for watching this video so far. This video is in my private community course. If you want to check that out, click the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Let's get back to it. Sell it to those people. Same thing goes with your competitors' websites, right? If you go check their reviews and you see that they have a bunch of crappy reviews, you can literally sell to the people that left crappy reviews. They didn't like the service. They're going to come to you because you're solving the pain point that the other company couldn't solve. So dirty car, bad experiences, right? And that comes with the reviews I was just telling you about. They're busy, right? They're busy. They don't have enough time to get the service taken care of. That is the third question. What are their dreams? Now, I like to dive really, really deep when I talk about this, because a lot of times I've gotten this answer from some of my clients. I ask them, what are your customers' dreams? And they're like, their dream is to have a beautiful car. And it's like, that's not their dream, bro. Their dream is to get approval from others, most likely. But there's plenty of questions that you can ask, right? Like, do they want, but usually it goes down to an internal feeling, right? They want to look good in the eyes of others, in the eyes of themselves, in the eyes of God. So how can you sell that to people? Well, if your car looks nice, you'll feel better. If your car looks nice, other people will think that you are a better person. If you're going on a date and you go pick up this girl and your car's dirty, what's the desire? Maybe you're trying to find a girlfriend, or maybe they're trying to sleep with this person. And again, I know it's really, I guess not professional to talk about, but think about seriously deep down inside what your customers want. If you can link your product to ceramic coating, get you a girlfriend, to specific car enthusiasts who are 25 plus, who are single, that's how you can pinpoint this stuff down. But you wouldn't have been able to do that without thinking about what their dreams are, right? Maybe for car enthusiasts, their dreams are to have a nice car, right? They want to have a nice car. That's a dream. Hell, that's one of my dreams. I want to have a really nice car, and I'll definitely put a ceramic coat on my next car. And think about this to people that just bought cars. Actually, I'm going to write that up here. And actually, you can go into Facebook and look up new car owners or people who have been looking at dealerships and sell specifically to them. There are some dreams, usually, like I said, approval from others, what makes them feel good, what helps them sleep at night, and bam, those are their dreams. Now, what are their fears? What does your customer fear having happen most? And again, it's not, and fears are a bit different from frustrations, right? Fears are like, oh my gosh, this will be the worst thing ever, right? Frustrations like, that's pretty terrible, but I can get over it, right? Fears are usually things that haven't happened yet that they're scared will. One great example would be a car crash, right? I think everybody can fear a car crash. Maybe this isn't their biggest fear, but if their car is their baby, they're a car enthusiast, they don't want to crash their car. And if you can some kind of way convey the message that getting a ceramic coat will in turn make you be more appreciative about your car, then you'll be able to sell them like that. So a car crash, losing money, right? I think nobody wants to lose money. Eventually you're going to sell your car, and it appreciates in value over time. If you get a ceramic coat, it helps raise the value, and hence you'll make more money when you sell it, and you won't have to go wash it as often, right? You still have to wash it, just not as often. And that's a great example of a fear. How do they like to communicate? Do they like to talk over text? Do they like to talk via DMs? Do they like to call? How does your dream buyer like to communicate? And this is a very interesting question. I would say go ahead and look at everyone who's bought your service and how they usually buy, right? Maybe they like being on the phone. This is I can't really give you the answer for this, but most likely it's probably the phone or text, right? You're probably not emailing these people. You should be sending them emails, but they're probably not emailing you back, and that's not how the service is getting taken care of, right? Another thing too, where are you going to send traffic to? Because if you're running an ad and these people don't like to talk on the phone, they want to go to a booking page and fill out a calendar link, then you don't have to do a phone call or text or communicate that way, right? Maybe you can give one call and be like, hey, your service is tomorrow. Are you excited? But this is very important to understand. Communication is key. If you don't know how your customers like to communicate with you, you'll never be able to sell your service. The next question is their routine. What do they do? And I'm so serious about this. When it comes to the routine, you need to go step by step the entire day. What are these people doing, right? Maybe they're waking up, they're going straight to work. But you need to know these questions, when are they taking bathroom breaks? Seriously do some thinking, okay, they're probably getting to work around 9. Maybe before they go to work, they're checking their phone a little bit, or they're stuck in traffic, right? If you live in a busy city, they're probably stuck in traffic on the way to work. They're scrolling on their phone, they're gonna run into your marketing message. Or for example, maybe they work late nights. And a way you can figure this out is actually going on Google Analytics and just typing in your keywords and see when people are searching your thing. If they're searching your thing, the odds are there's a good time. There's windows right there when people are available. With ceramic coats, from what I found specifically, it seems like Everyone's looking up ceramic coats at 3 in the morning. I haven't checked in like a couple weeks, but I will say the last time I checked, it was like 3 to 5. It was big. And for a while, I actually had some of my clients getting leads at 5 in the morning until we turned that off and turned it into specifically just the 9 to 5 hours. But a good way to figure out their routine is see when people are filling out your lead forms. What hours do they work? What do they do? Do they go to the gym? How do they like to hang out? All that kind of thing. So we'll just put like work, activities, and I would go through like literally hour by hour and like think about exactly what these people are doing at all times. The next question, what kind of phrases do they use? How do they speak? Does your dream buyer use a lot of cuss words? Because you can use cuss words in your ad copy. Crazy to think that you can do that, but it actually stands out to people. There's studies showing that, and it's kind of dimmed down because everyone's doing that, but a lot of books, probably in I think 2017, 2018, were selling off the charts because they said like curse words in the title. I'm sure everyone's probably heard of or read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. That book sold millions of copies just because it had that word in there. Right? People see that, and that's the target audience. So what kind of phrases do they use? I don't really know enough about, like, this depends on where you live, on what you do. If there's certain words that even people in your town use. Like I know Gen Z has all these terms now, like Riz or cooked, or I can't even think of any of these words, but like there's plenty of little language pieces that people use. And I will say this again, Reddit is a great spot. Go find your dream buyers and look at the words that they're using when they're describing their pain points, and then talk about, like, if you can phrase it the exact same way when they say it, they're going to buy because you're speaking in their head, you're talking in their mind, you're saying what they would say, right? So figure out what exact phrases they would use. And this is something for you to ponder on. I'm not going to write anything here. And the last question is, what makes them happy? When the customer buys, it's an emotional journey, right? There's emotions that go into this. What would make them happy? Would they like a little thank you note afterwards? Or maybe would they like to keep in contact with you? Do they like humor? If you're selling to someone to get their car detailed, maybe if you met them out somewhere and you bought them a drink, they might be more inclined to buy your service. Reciprocity, right? If you give them something, they're more willing to give you something. That's the law of reciprocity. So what makes your customer happy? Here's a big one: money. Everybody loves money, right? That's probably, especially these people, right? Another thing, what's great here is their car, because they're car enthusiasts, they're new car owners, or they probably have a really nice car already. So those are two things that make them happy. And if you can make them feel happy by selling them this stuff, then you'll have a better chance of actually closing the deal. I've written a couple of examples here for some of these topics, but you ultimately need to sit down and write as many things as you can to figure out what your customer would buy. And I got this last little, I guess it's like a parable or something. I heard this from Stephen Bartlett, who's the Diary of a CEO podcast host. And he said, if your customer was stuck on the side of the road waiting for AAA because they had a flat tire, it's raining outside, they had a crappy day at work, the kids are bothering them, whatever, right? All that's going down, and while they're waiting for AAA, they pull out Instagram, and the first thing they see is your marketing message. What is going to help them buy? Right? They're in the worst situation ever. What's going to make them buy? And if you can answer that question, and you can answer all these other questions as well, you'll find your dream buyer, and you'll be able to market your message to them and get that person to buy and make more money. That's the ultimate goal. So I hope this video helped out. If you haven't checked out the rest of the course, go ahead. Again, it's all free. There's more to the course too. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can see the rest of the course and you can check it out. And I hope that helped you out. If you need any help at all, you can book the consultation call and speak with me for 30 minutes. It's free. I just like to meet other people and see how I can help you out. So thank you for watching and have a great day.